The following segment is sponsored by Smith Injury Law and 300hurt.com.
Being involved in an auto collision could happen to anyone, and some people make the assumption that if they're hurt in an accident, the insurance company will pay their limits and no attorney is needed. Well, Richard Smith of Smith Injury Law is here to discuss that. Good morning, Richard.
Good morning, Margaret.
You say that assumption that the insurance adjuster will make sure you get what you need is not necessarily the case. What should people understand?
Well, basically, unless your case is an obvious one, let's say your medical bills exceed the available insurance limits, the insurance is just going to try to save money for their company and offer you less than the policy limits, and they're going to start off offering you very little to try to see what it would take to get you to settle the case.
Well, and there are also several reasons people should consider, reasons that somebody might need an attorney. First, the attorney makes sure that you don't miss any of those coverages. That's not easy to do.
That's correct. You have to sign the correct release so you can pursue underinsured coverage. You also have to make sure there's no other defendants involved. And if you don't have an attorney on the case, you can miss very important insurance coverages or other possible defendants.
And another big way attorneys can help, it's important to keep in mind, they can negotiate a reduction in your medical bills, and people don't have that same negotiating power.
Absolutely. We can usually get a big reduction depending on the settlement and the amount of medical bills involved, whereas without an attorney, the client basically gets a 10% cash discount, and that's about it. So it's very important. I've seen cases before where the insurance adjusters offered their limits and put the hospital's name on the check or pay the money to the providers directly and didn't leave any money for the actual injured person. So it's always important to get an attorney, even on a serious injury case.
And there are even cases where an unrepresented person might accept the insurance company's limits, even falling short of what they end up needing to break even, which is kind of like that example you're talking about. It's rare, but it happens, right?
Yeah, I've had a couple of cases in the past where we've actually had people pay out of their pocket on top of their insurance limits. On extreme cases, it's not happened very often, but if you've got a situation where you have very severe damages and they carried the minimum and they have unencumbered assets, they have to understand that they may have to pay out of their pocket on top of that.
Well, the main message here, it never hurts to talk to Smith Injury Law about your case, and people certainly don't want to wait until after they sign a release, after they lose their rights, right?
Absolutely. You need to call us before you negotiate with the insurance adjuster, because you can give up things that you're not aware of that you're giving up. You certainly can lose other coverages. And if you're not careful, you can lose a lot of money by trying to save some money by not hiring an attorney.
And you cover a lot of this in the book you authored, 10 Critical Mistakes to Avoid If You're Injured in a Car Wreck. People can request that book from you at Smith Injury Law. Your practice areas include personal injury, workers' compensation, car and truck collisions, and Social Security disability claims. Anything else you want people to keep in mind before we let you go?
Just that the book is very helpful. I wrote it for people just to help them in their daily life involving car accidents. You can certainly go to our website also at 300hurt.com and either download a copy of the book electronically, or you can request one. We'd be happy to put one in the mail for you.
Absolutely. Well, people contact you, 300hurt, or visit 300hurt.com. Richard Smith of Smith Injury Law, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you, Margaret.